Hey guys, and welcome back to surface area of a cylinder. Okay, so I've written the formula at the top of my page. So as you're practicing along, I highly suggest that you please write this down. Again, you don't need to memorize it for the test, but it's always handy to have as a reference to look at. Okay, so even as I'm working some of these problems, I still have this reference up here. Okay, so surface area. Remember the things we need with surface area. We need to know the value of pi, we need to know the radius, and we need to know the height. So if I look at my first cylinder, I know I have a radius of 2 because it's only half of the circle, and my height is 7. Okay, so using those two numbers within the formula, surface area we know is 2 times pi times the radius squared plus 2 times pi times the radius times the height. Okay, so substitute. The 2 goes in for the r's and the 7 goes in for the h. And we know to use 3.14 or 3 14/100 for pi. So we have 2 pi is 3.14. Our radius was 2, so 2 squared plus 2 times 3.14 times the radius times the height. Okay, so remember, as we do with order of operations, we're working all this first. So 2 squared is 4. 4 times 3.14 times 2 is 25 12/100 plus, now we're going to multiply these four numbers. 2 times 3.14 times 2 times 7 gives us 87 92/100. Okay, this one does not ask us to round our answer. So we know the last step for surface area is to add. Okay, so the surface area is 103 400, and then because it's area, our units are inches squared. Okay, good job. So let's try another one. Okay, looking at problem number 2, we have a height of 13. And we have a radius again, so this time our radius is 10. Filling in what we know for our formula, surface area is 2 times pi times our radius squared, so we know 10 squared is really 100, plus 2 times pi times the radius times the height. Okay, so that is a long formula, so you're going to have a hard time fitting it all on here. So again, remember this is 10 squared, so it's really 100. This is 10 by itself, so it stays 10 while you're multiplying. Order of operations, we're going to do this first. So this side right here, I come up with 316, bring down my plus sign, and now we're going to multiply those. So these come out to 816 400. And then the last step for surface area is to add those two. We come up with 1,132 400, and that would be feet squared, again because we're working with area. Okay, so and let's try a third one, and then I'll let you try the next 6 as practice. So again, lucky for us, we have a radius, not a diameter. Okay, so this is, our radius is 6, and the height is 12. If you struggle with trying to figure that out, turn your paper so you can see it sitting on its base and see how tall it is. And the radius is always part of the circle. Okay, so using 6 for radius and 12 for height, I'm going to run out of space. Surface area is 2 times pi. Our radius, which is half of the circle, is 6, so 6 squared, plus 2 times pi times radius times height. So I did run out of space. I apologize. Okay, order of operations. Multiply this first. So you have 2 times pi, 3.14, times 6 squared, which we know is 36. So this actually multiplies to a product of 226 8/800ths. Plus, multiplying that other side, we have all 4 numbers, 2 times 3.14 times 6 times 12. We come up with 452 1600ths. Okay, the last step we know with order of operations is to add. So adding those two together, we come up with a surface area of 678 2400ths. Our units are yards, so we know it is yards squared. Okay, so please try the next 6 on your own for today, and that's all we'll need to do. And we'll practice more tomorrow with surface area. So we're covering the outside of these cylinders.